And then after that, I think Blaque went on a little hiatus, but I remember, I think in 2008, there was a trailer for a reality TV show, and I also read that you
Blaque
got,
in the house.
yeah, I read that you guys were proceeding to record a new album.
Private show.
Can you touch on some of those things? Were these true, and what eventually happened?
Well, the reality show was true. Yes, when we shot the pilot is up on YouTube. It got great reviews. We were in the process of recording private show, and we got, I guess, maybe halfway into the recording process. But, three different women with three different goals. And I think we were kind of trying to hold it together for the fans' sake and because of the dream of what we set out to do from the first album. But at the same time, we were grown women with different lives. I had just got married. I was in the process of getting married. Natina was raising her son and, moving on with her life. Shamari had opened a spa. She's married to Ryan DeVoe. She had a whole life going. So it was, trying to pull our personal lives together as well as pulling our professional lives together. And I think the three of us were kind of just on three different pages, kind of made us say, okay, let's step back and not do this album right now because I don't think the three of us were really committed to the project like we needed to be. Because we had three different things going on. But we wanted to do it, like I said, for the fans and for the dream of what we know Blaque could be and should be and holding on to that. But I just don't think we were really able to pull it off because of the commitment level. So.
Okay. Now let's talk about your solo project. What was the transition like for you, from being in a group for so long to then, being a solo artist?
Well, it's a transition completely because I'm used to having my girls next to me.
Yeah.
So now I'm here all alone making decisions on my own and, in the studio by myself. And, it's definitely different, but I'm up for the challenge. I'm excited for the challenge. I'm nervous. This is a whole new world for me to kind of step out and say, okay, I'm doing this by myself. But I'm excited for it, and I'm excited for the fans to hear what I've been working on. I think that they're going to see a different side of me with my music and really kind of get to know me, Brandi D, as an individual, not just a part of a group. So I'm excited for that part.
Okay, and when did you decide that this would be the right time?
Actually, I would say January, February of this year, 2011.
Okay.
I kind of just decided, talking with my management team and my family, like, okay, guys, Blaque, we tried it, and we decided to kind of take a back seat on that for right now, but I'm still in love with music. I still want to do my music. Let's do a solo album, and I have a great support system that they're behind me 100%. Whatever I want to do, and they were with it, so we're hit the ground running.
Yeah, and I know you're set to release a new song. The song's called "Love It." Talk to me about that song and how it came about.
Yeah, so "Love It" is going to come out on October 4th, the day before my birthday. It's a Tuesday. My birthday's the 5th, so it's a great time. It's kind of like my birthday gift to myself. Love It is a ballad. It's a sexy song. A lot of people say, oh, it reminds me of a Janet record and this and that. So, of course, I love her, and who wouldn't want to be compared to somebody like Janet? So
Yep.
I think that's a huge compliment.
Yep.
But it's a sexy song that I think people would love. I really do.
Okay. And, I know you're also working on a new project or a new album, so, what kind of sound can people expect on that album? And, have you started working with anyone yet?
We have started recording. I have a team of writers and producers that are local here in Atlanta that I've been working with. Also, the Platinum Brothers who did Love It and some other records that I've done. And Sly Piper, who's one of Dr. Dre's writers. He's done songs for Sean Kingston, Keisha Cole. He's written for so many other artists. So the album sound is pop R&B. The up-tempo soul records would be more pop. The ballads to me are in the mids are the real R&B, the old school R&B, the feel of the old Jimmy and Terry and the real deal R&B. So, but I think it's kind of riding that fine line where it's not defined as it's an R&B album or it's a pop album. To me, I want it to be in the middle where everyone could enjoy it. You get a little pop feel, you get a little R&B feel. It's kind of, a crossover record.
Okay. And, I just want to lastly ask you because, I've noticed in the music industry now, there's not too many female groups. Why do you think that is?
Well, women, women are, it's hard to get a lot of women together and keep them on one accord. But if you can do it, it's magic. And I think that a lot of girl groups start off on one page and they end up on another, and that causes a lot of tension and friction, and they end up breaking up, or one person going on and do their solo album or whatever. But I think that it's a new wave. I think that girl groups are going to start coming back around. It's always a time and a place for everything, and I think it's time. I think 2012, we're going to start seeing some girl groups pop up here and there. But I think that it's just hard. It's hard to keep women on one accord, and because we all have our own things. It's wonderful being a woman because you grow and you elevate and you grow into, especially when you start out. Like when we started out, I was only 14 years old. So I'm kind of growing up in this industry. I'm learning myself, and I'm turning into this young woman. And so, the goals that you have when you're 14 maybe not be the goals when you turn 18 or 20 or 21. So, and you have 2 other or 3 other lives that are, doing the same thing. They may not all want to end up in the same way, in the same position that you thought. So it's kind of hard to keep that together. But we'll see. We'll see what happens 2012.
Yeah, definitely. And, is there a place where the fans can, contact you via Twitter, Facebook, or anything like that?
Yes, I have a Twitter. My Twitter is the Brandi D. My Facebook, I have a Facebook, which is Brandi D. The page is Brandi D. And I have a website, which is brandidmusic.com, that I would love everyone to check out. And look out for Love It on October 4th. I'm really excited. I hope you guys love it.
Definitely. Those are all the questions that I had prepared for you. Is there anything that you'd like to add?
No, I'm just really excited for October 4th, and I hope everybody can appreciate it. It's just a sneak peek, this is a sneak peek as to what's to come. So I just want people to know that this is a sneak peek as to what's